Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Sean Diddy Combs, you are not just broke, baby. You broke. But this also is adding new information to what we know about Diddy and his troubles with the law, why his lawyers dropped him, and actually what's going on. Now, y'all, let's get into the first thing. Diddy is broke. He is selling his $70 million California mansion. Now, some of y'all might be like, baby, he's selling because he still got nightmares of the feds kicking the door, waving the 4-4. I told you they swarmed that bee like it was a Call of Duty for special ops, okay? And he thinks the government might have bugged the place, this and that. This is what the streets are saying. I don't think that's true because you can actually pay people, mofos, to sweep through the place and make sure you are not being listened to or surveilled. It's 70 million. Why is he selling before we get into this report? Well, I think for two reasons. And as I read this report, keep this in mind. One, did he need the money? Everybody's dropped him. He was not as rich as he seemed, okay? A lot of his life was lived off of freebies and stock options. He has gotten dropped from every single company. He has lost every paycheck he had. And even Revolt was like, you can leave that way. Matter of fact, we'll send you your stuff. You don't even got to walk it out. So that's the first thing that was happening. But if you also look at the fact of Diddy always was smokes and mirrors. Little Rod's lawsuit said he always bragged about getting freebies. And when you rich people just give you stuff, and that is true. But when you look at his cost, when you look at the fact he lived a billionaire's lifestyle, even though he didn't have a billionaire's budget, it comes up to where's this cash flow coming from? When you add in the fact that if you know anything about legal stuff, if you know anything about court costs, this isn't traffic court. You don't just walk in when the feds indict you and be like, okay, let me start paying for lawyers. What do you think this is? Diddy knows what he's doing. He knows what he's done. The feds are actively digging and searching through. You know, you hire big lawyers to even avoid going to trial. You hire big lawyers to keep an eye on the case. You hire big lawyers to start researching and creating a defense before you get indicted. If you start creating a defense when you know what they're looking for before you get indicted, baby, good luck. So anyway, that's going on. Diddy's lawyers, he is not hiring junior associates. He's not hiring the lowly things. He is hiring lawyers that run law firms. If you know anything about lawyers, the partners are the most expensive. So you might be able in a big law firm to get a junior associate for about maybe $300, $600, $800 an hour. Yes, lawyers have billable hours. The retainer is for them to take the billable hours out. And when that retainer piggy bank runs out, you have to re-up. They make sure they get their money on the front, unless sometimes lawyers are pro bono, which means that they will take their cut on the end if they win, somewhere between 33 and 40%. A lot of people are like, oh my God, that's so much money. But this is how much good lawyers cost, okay? So let's get back into it because a lot of people were skeptical. But baby, ask any actual real lawyer. This ain't traffic court, okay? Sorry, the hearing's bugging me. Anyway, let's get into this. So you're hiring the partner. Partners are regularly anywhere between 1,000 and 2,500 an hour. Some partners are even more. Baby, their time is expensive because they are supposed to be the pew, pew, pew big guys in charge. Diddy has some of the best lawyers in America that have represented governments, that have represented Osama bin Laden's right-hand man, that has represented Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein, El Chapo. These lawyers are not cheap, okay? Diddy's lawyers are estimated to cost between $1,800 and $2,500 an hour because he is having the partners work on the case. He ain't playing with his freedom. 1,800, 2,500. Those are, I think, pretty good estimates. The lawyers are working 8, 10, and 14-hour days, researching evidence, doing all that stuff, getting it ready to make sure Diddy is not caught flat-footed. He has anywhere, I think he just added on 2 more lawyers. So at this point, he has anywhere between 5 and 7 lawyers. We did the math. He is paying, okay, 5 to 7 lawyers, $1,800 or $2,500 an hour, 18 hours a day. He is paying, if these estimates can be believed, somewhere between 100,000 and 180,000, I believe, a month for his legal fees. For those of you guys don't believe it, how do you think that this is why so many people settle with the federal government? Having a defense when you are being charged with RICO, money laundering. This ain't like Y.E. Melly. RICO, money laundering, sex trafficking. Come on now. Anyway, Diddy doesn't have the cash for that. On top of that, he got 11 kids. They need to be in the lifestyle. This would explain why Justin Combs is posting every day on Snapchat, because he is getting paid probably who knows how much to post on Snapchat. The twins better start a Snap. Well, they have a Snapchat account too. So basically, maybe they're just actually paying for themselves. But anyway, let's get into this mess, because so much needs to be said about this, okay? Now, again, the second option is people saying that, Diddy might actually be, hold on really quick. Let me see something. Also, sorry guys. So the second thing, besides him being broke, is the fact that even if he's not broke, he wants to sell the mansion now and divvy up the assets before the feds indict him and before any civil crimes. Maybe he can sell it for 70 million and split it up between his kids. Except for the fact that you've been watching this channel, you will know very quickly. Shout out to Teresa also for sending me this. She said Diddy, her guess is, shout out to Title Tells Teresa. Her thing is he's probably selling it before the feds take it. I know that's right, the feds or the civil. So you sell it now before you go anything. He can maybe split the money up between his kids, and maybe they'll have something. The only thing is, now that he has these civil cases, if he does split it up, maybe they're going to go back and capture all that money. And good luck spending 70 million. I mean, I'm sure somebody can do it. But also not forget, when he is selling it, remember a couple of months ago when we talked about Diddy and the fact that he had multiple mortgages on his house. This is one of the things that made us believe, oh, you weren't a real billionaire. Now, I'm not saying you broke, but you got that house mortgage after mortgage after mortgage, and all those refinancing and those new mortgages. He has 11 mortgages. They need to be paid. He doesn't have the money. He's selling that house. Anyway, go watch that old video. But how do we know this is true? Because think about everything I just told you. Go watch the video about the mortgages. I broke it all down. But even TMZ was reporting that Diddy is saying so long LA, selling mansions for 70 million after raid. This is also after his law firm, his 20-year law firm, dumped him as a client. Now, a lot of people said, oh my God, they did that because of Lady Gaga. And we said, Lady Gaga ain't never have that much power, especially when Diddy is a family friend of the owners of the law firm. I'm telling you, much like Trump, this wants nothing to do with Trump. I don't want to hear anything about politics in the comments, but I think it's actually fair to say that what's going on is not so much as Trump, but the way they indicted Trump's lawyers and said that you guys are also committing some type of RICO conspiracy, whatever. Why is that important? Well, it goes back to the money laundering things that the feds have expanded the investigation. That's what's taking so long about Diddy actually being arrested, right? Listen. Anyway, they said Diddy is ready to pack up and leave LA because we've learned he is trying to sell his Homely Hills mansion for a hefty price. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ the embattled rap mogul is trying to sell the house off market for way more than he paid. He plunked down 40 million for the house back in 2014. Now he wants 70 million. Then listen. TMZ is saying, our sources say that's a real stretch, baby. He got to pay off those mortgages and he got 11 mouths to feed. That house has some bad memories. Homeland Security raided the mansion. It's a nice house. If I had 70 million, I would buy it. Again, when celebs put this in TMZ, they're not just doing it for whatever. TMZ, in my opinion, is firmly on Diddy's side. They're also doing it because at the end of the day, and let's be real, this is a real estate ad. They want other people to know the house is up for grabs. Now, I would take it if I had 70 million, but then again, there were those secret tunnels and who knows what happened there. So never mind. Bad juju. We're told Diddy wants out of LA and will not be looking for another place to hang his hat. He spent most of his time in Miami. He only came to LA for one reason, and I think I know why. But I'm gonna go. Oh, should I promise going live? I'll make a video about it if I don't go live, but I think I know why, and it's an angle that nobody else has picked up on. Okay. He was out there in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, where he went white river rafting with a woman that looked like Cassie. Is this Dana Trine? But he went white river rafting. Um, Listen, at the end of the day, Diddy knows the end is near. Let me get out of here so I can make a few more videos, but I promise I got something for y'all. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.